Okay. People, pay attention.
Right.
It's been a long time.
2020's been a bitch.
Hey.
Fucking 2020, bro.
Hey, everybody.
What's up?
20 fucking
So
20 fucking 20.
It's been a hell of a 6 months. It's actually been, no, it's just now 6 months, right?
Yeah.
We done seen a decade in 6 months. A decade of shit done happened in 6 months. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Where do y'all want to start is the question. Wait, first of all, how y'all doing? We just being rude.
Shit.
Man, the hard exhale again.
We so fucked up. We didn't even really start the show right.
Oh, we introduce yourself.
Welcome to Let's Cook.
That's a good point.
It's been a long time. Everybody's been quarantined. A lot of shit's been going on since we last spoke to you. I am Jay. What's happening?
That's it.
Yeah, that's it for
Wow.
right now.
Jeez.
Gotta
Man,
catch my breath.
I guess I'm just less niggas.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm Shia.
You ain't never been just
All right,
last.
I'm
So
what up,
you ain't never
Dre?
just.
I'm what up, Dre?
Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it. I need y'all to put the energy up just a little bit. Just a tad bit.
Turn us up, DJ.
I listen. Don't leave it to me. What's going on, y'all? It's the Melanin Guy, DJ. Oh, my bad.
Oh,
Okay.
wait.
Okay. You
One.
You went
Something
there.
to a minute, goddammit.
I figured that would work.
What you not gonna do? Nigga came back from quarantine, took my whole swag.
Hey, a Melanin Guy, more than a DJ. Always say not, why say more?
Wow.
If y'all ain't gonna use it, I'm gonna use it. All right. I can't be used. That's what
Hey,
Lord put me in.
you
know
can
what
tell
I'm saying?
niggas' hairlines is flourishing.
Hey,
out
man.
there. They got
Hey,
different
hey.
swag up here.
Appreciate you, Lord, for that late life birth.
That blessing, huh? That blessing.
Right. I take it and accept it.
Caught that Holy Ghost.
That's about right.
Keep it a thou wow with you, my nigga.
Like I ain't got no
I
Holy
saw
Ghost.
this nigga today and was like, who is this nigga? Got a whole motherfucking hairline and shit, nigga.
It goes.
He's more than a hairline now, nigga.
It goes LeBron, Tory Lanez, Tiger, and Knots, my nigga. It's just, you can't fuck with it. It's like,
Wait, you the first 3 for 3 though. Like, wait a minute. Like, Tory's starting to get his together. Don't do that. Tiger just too rich to give a damn, and LeBron,
Is Tiger rich?
yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
hey, look.
Even if she took half, which she did, he's still plenty good.
G-Wagon.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
Man, this is Let's Cook. And,
we back.
shit,
My
I would
popular
say,
man.
tell you something that I don't even fucking, man.
Always say not, why say more? I kind of like that, Les. You may be in trouble, brother.
Hey, man, you got it, man. Go for it, bro.
Thank you, man. I appreciate
Go
that.
fucking for it, bro.
This
You can be more than a DJ. How about that?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna have to veer this goddamn conversation. I see.
yo,
George Floyd.
we are living in history. Like,
That's a good
I can't
one,
even. I still can't really put it into words.
Hey, man,
I have a lot of them.
George Floyd changed him.
Yeah.
Man, I don't want to call the brother a martyr, man, but
I wouldn't go that far. I'd rather call him a catalyst than a martyr. Because, you know, a martyr knows what they're doing. They're willing to risk their life.
Hey.
He was not planning on dying that day.
10,000 years, he might be Jesus.
Le-
Die for our sins out this motherfucker. I'm going in tonight, baby.
The day a bouncer, let me chill. I'm not going to do that.
Nah.
The point is, I would go as far as saying a catalyst.
He was a
for-
carpenter, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just saying, bro. I was just saying, keep it together, niggas. Keep it together. George Floyd, bro. the entire planet.
Yeah.
Got to see a man get killed
Slowly.
very slowly, angrily. You could tell
Evilly.
he was
Is that a word?
angry.
Going evil.
He was angry, and it felt like he felt justified.
Oh,
And I'm
going
gonna tell you something real quick, bro.
Mm.
I didn't watch it, bro. I've seen the pictures, and I haven't watched it. I looked at the picture from him from the side, and it almost looked like he was smirking.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, I told myself, I will not be watching this video. I couldn't do it. I couldn't watch him take his knee and stick it so deep that the nigga is. I heard he begged for his mother.
You call for his mother. Yeah, definitely happened.
I didn't watch it either.
I think I am refusing to see any more of our brothers and sisters killed on camera, and I'm gonna refuse to share it too, bro. I can't watch them die no more.
Right.
I can't watch them die. That shit, like the picture, sickened me to the point I was like, I'm not finna watch the fucking. I don't even care. I'm not even gonna watch the video, bro, because it's been really, really hard to quarantine and see the universe damn near fall apart. Just keeping it a buck with you, nigga.
Our universe for sure.
Keeping it a buck, because, and this is something I realized too. Like, a lot of old people have died to fuck off in 4 years.
True.
Feel what I'm saying, right? Those ideas and beliefs died with them. And what replaced them is a lot of new white, liberal, young kids. And they're not standing for this shit, bro. This is the first time I've seen that many white people, and I'm talking about white kids in general, in an area like that, bro. Like, that shit is crazy. Like, you know, we got the niggas that's whack as fucking and doing shit that they ain't supposed to be doing. And I'm talking about the white cats leaving bricks and all this other shit.
Antifa and things like that.
Yeah.
Police
But
leaving
I'm talking
bricks,
about these kids that really, really get it.
Yeah.
Like, they really fucking understand. Like, I seen this one girl, like, I don't know if she knows she ruined her parents' life, but she did. The little white girl was online, you know, basically fucking going to her parents.
Yeah, I saw
That you niggas don't get it. Like, how don't you fucking get it? And,
She
like,
in
breaking it
tears.
down.
Yeah.
Like, telling you motherfuckers, yo. So, you know, it's
Bro,
new.
What
It's new out here.
What I realized during this time, right, is I'm to the point where I don't feel obligated to explain shit to nobody no more, because there's too many people that absolutely understand what the fuck is going on. The problem is you're not comfortable with your stance on what the fuck is going on. You don't want folks to know. Be bold about how the fuck you feel right now. You know what I'm saying? If my stance is, if you see somebody getting killed, like blatantly murdered, and you don't understand why people are upset and saying what they saying and doing what they doing, we don't need to have a conversation. I'm not obligated to explain shit to you. Find somebody else who know and get it from them. And I've had my war of words to keep myself from going out there. Like when Aubrey got killed, I went online. I was crying, bro. Like I was snotty nose down.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you.
I didn't watch
That's
it.
hard to watch.
Bruh. And I'm not as extroverted as I am. I don't need people to watch me like that. I did that, and what I said was, this hurts me in a different type of way. I am a 37-year-old black man who's scared to have children right now, because how the hell do I explain to my babies their whole life that it don't matter how good you are. If somebody don't want you here, they can take you up out of here. I said, y'all better stop playing with us, because right now I'm talking on this screen and not out there. And what happened? Not a month later, You see, it was way more people like me that really was hurt out here. And now you see folks expressing all that hurt and pain. It didn't have to be like that. It didn't have to. And it's not fair that it's kids growing up having to see this. But the beautiful thing out of all this is, just like you said, there's a whole generation of kids that their whole life revolves around black culture. So much so till they identify with what the fuck basic humanity is. Basic humanity, like, yo, that's my friend. Like, why you rolling up on my friend? He didn't do nothing. They not even thinking about that bullshit. It's so many people right now. It's a whole generation of folks that's dying to see the memories of old. All them old jokers that's running around here, they dying to, like, folks is risking COVID no matter what you think about it. My people's passed from it. So they risking that to kill me. Now, I already know that I got a shot at dying out here. But then I'm going to risk braving the elements to prove to you I ain't running from your bitch ass no more. Do you realize what type of state of mind you have to be in? People got their kids out here.
Oh, I realize.
Bro, it's
We are like if you
been
can't
at that
see
point
that
a long time,
if you can't see that black people have been inherently born with PTSD, you are blind on purpose. We sit here every day and watch trauma porn on the internet all day
I can't
long.
watch it. I can't watch
I
it.
had to open my apartment up to some of my homies. It was like, yo, I just need a space to just get away from everybody, just to not think about this shit in a safe spot. It's like, y'all just pull up. And we sat in there for hours. We did some work. We just chopped it up. It was the only time through this whole time, because we were scared to go anywhere because of quarantine. And when you do go outside, you worrying about getting caught up in a riot or something like that. You worrying about getting killed. Every time I see flashing lights, I'm like, yo, is it my time now? We got a lot of shit that we cycle through. Our women be at home like, yo, did this nigga make it home yet? Like, it's a lot of shit going on right now that niggas got to try to process. And it's some kids out here that see that shit is just not fucking fair. That every single day you have to try to plot out your movements, worry about how you move, where you go, before something detrimental happens. And they seeing like, damn, I just wanted him to come over to my house to play. He got murdered on the way over here. We got a strong generation out here that's like, nah, we can't. Something has to give. And if you don't know what to do, ask somebody and they can tell you some other stuff to do. To be a part. The only problem I have with it all is we not about to goddamn shun the other members of the goddamn party about how they gonna address this issue. I can't, like when folks are like, yo, well, if you ain't out on the front lines, you ain't da-da-da-da. Nah, I can't go protest because if I go out there and I get arrested, I'm going back to prison. And now it removes me from the mission. I got to figure out another way to be a part of the goddamn mission. Because if I remove myself, how am I help? You know what I'm saying?
I think
That's a lot.
I think a lot of us don't know that everybody ain't Malcolm X. You feel me? I think a lot of people.
A lot of niggas don't know.
I think a lot of people
the movement
don't know they not Malcolm X. You know, everything that come out your mouth isn't gonna be the most eloquent shit. Like, you're not gonna make no more sense than the next nigga standing next to you. Okay? Like, stop trying to speak for everybody. Speak your truth. Speak your feelings. Speak how you want to get down, how you live in it right now. You know, it's been a lot, bro. Like, I wrote the other day, I was like, man, I was looking at my kid. It was changing him up really early in the morning and shit. And I was like, yo, whoever knew being born black could be so fucking stressful.
Yeah.
Like, that shit is stressful, bro.
Like, over 500 years worth
Stressful,
of
bro.
stress. Like, you have no choice. You are born with baggage. Like, you can't. Like,
bro, that shit is stressful.
How freeing must it be to just be?
Where you at, though? Where you at, though?
Oh, with it?
Yeah, where you at?
It's okay. So the best way I can look at it as, I think we get hit with so much baggage like after we're born. Like saying we're born with it, I see where you're going with it.
I'm not
but-
saying we're born with it. What I'm saying is, when I'm looking at this thing, I'm like, who knew being born black could be so stressful?
No, I feel you. It's stories I've had before. Because, like I said, my daughter's turned 18. And the conversations we've had since.
First of all, congrats.
Oh, thank you, man.
2020,
Appreciate that.
2020.
Yeah, good bright moment. Thank you very much. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. Yes, we did a great job.
Gotta celebrate excellence
We did
every
well.
chance we
We did
get.
well on the SATs. You know, we'll be attending Georgia Southern University.
Uh-huh.
I'm saying we will because I'm paying for that. But anyway, but no, I'm very proud of her. All jokes aside, it was she's done nothing but made me more than proud. So she's shown her strength, her inner strength, and been a leader to her younger brother and sisters, and her friends as well. You know, she's a source that they go to for level-headed analyzation of things. You know, and then she comes back to me about, well, hey, my friends want to protest. They hit me up about it last week when the main protest was going on. And she calls me like 7 o'clock. I was like, we want to go down there. I was like, no, it's too late now. What's going on down there now is not for you. Now, if y'all want to make some plans for the future, I got you. So the next day we got together and did a small, quick call. And I was like, yo, this is a marathon. What are y'all trying to be a part of? You need to be a part of, number one, because your voices are needed. But number two, it's a marathon. And you have to figure out exactly what you're trying to accomplish during these times. And I said, it doesn't have to be, oh, we're going to take down the president. But you need to understand how to measure before we switch. Before we pivot. I know. Hold on. Let me
Listen, I'm off of 5 blunts right now.
Listen,
You better look.
listen.
Get that nigga Trump away. Ooh,
The point I was trying to make to them is think about what you not just think about, but strategize. Think about is not enough. So that's what I was
I hear
telling.
you,
Like a lot of
kid.
y'all are going to college now, so now's the time. But go ahead, we could talk about the orangutan. I mean, your president.
No.
Now, me-
I gotta hear Shia perspective on it before we jump into it. Oh
Listen,
man.
I have been so messed up about everything that's been going on. I had to take a mental day yesterday. I didn't answer no phone calls. I don't care who it was. I was just in the house, being quiet.
That's it.
Woke up at 6. I did not talk to nobody until after 5 o'clock
Okay.
That's beautiful.
because I just needed some time.
How you felt after that?
I mean, I felt like myself. I wanted to twerk a little bit, so I knew I was like coming
You
around.
wanted to twerk a little
yeah,
bit?
like
Look,
That's a
you
good
know,
sign.
yeah,
That sounds
it
like-
was just
That's what I'm
happy
saying. Like we
twerk,
can't,
you know?
we can't not live life even though all of this shit is going on, bro. All of these 2020 graduates, everybody that is, having births and getting married and all, continue to do that shit. You got to.
Listen,
You got to.
I couldn't even imagine having a baby right now during COVID, during the protests, trying to plan a wedding. No.
No stress
No.
relief sex? You don't believe in that?
What the fuck are you
I did
talking
not add
about, my
that.
nigga? Like,
That's a real question. Listen, if there's
That is
anything,
necessary.
it's a
But that's
question.
not where we was going with this.
I'm my bad. I ain't in control. But you just hit on a note. Like that's one of the best stress
Even
relievers
in
on the
the
world.
apocalypse, nigga gotta bust one.
Well, now that you gonna put it like that,
terrible thought. I apologize.
bust the lips now. Goddamn something.
But
These
yo,
niggas is on something else.
but look, okay, so I did get squared up by the little one. He's 11. I'm sitting in the living room. I'm watching the protest on TV. He comes out at 8 p.m. Everybody know the curfew was 9. Walk out the room, fists up. Yo, mama, can we go down to the protest?
That's real.
Yeah, so, it's a curfew. Like, I can take you tomorrow. All right, I'm black and I'm proud. I'm going to go play Fortnite. Okay. Wait a minute. Now we got to have a talk.
I mean, that's a good opening.
Like it's like he knows he should be a part, but he don't really get all the significance of why.
Right.
Let me tell you.
Right.
Let me
And
tell
that's
you this.
crazy.
The crazy part about it is not even crazy part, but the relational part about that is that they recognize it. They feel the energy. They know this affects them.
Yeah.
So
Right.
when our kids, our younger ones, even if it's not our kids, and they're putting out the energy saying, y'all want to be involved, we have to find a way to do it. I've had several parents reach out to me and say, hey, I want to bring my son or daughter out to protest, but I'm not trying to put them in that craziness.
Right.
And I was like, yo, I feel you, because in the beginnings, there was a lot of extraness going on. But now a lot of the protests that are going on are more organized. I can vouch for them and say, hey, you can go to this one and feel you're going for this purpose. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember the first time I took my daughter to a protest was, I want to say it was during the Michael Brown protests.
Okay.
And she was 12, 13, somewhere around there. So not too far from your son age is. And she remembers that. She reminded me of it. She was like, yeah, I remember we went. And I was like, damn, I forgot I did that. You know what I mean? But they need to be a part of it. They need to see what it's about. You know what I mean?
I agree.
So it's a finding a way for them to understand your voice and your influence and how needed it is, but still to do it in a safe way, because if things go left, you're not, and you shouldn't be asked to be responsible as a part of that crowd. Go ahead, Jeff.
Think about how bugged out this shit is. This is a conversation that only us and people from like third world countries have. We're having conversations about the first time we took our kids to a protest.
Right.
Like, nigga, my mama can say the same shit. My grandmama can say the same shit. We've gone generation after generation after generation like, damn, we gotta go fight the fucking system.
Again, bro. Whoever knew being born black could be so stressful.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you. Listen, that's the motto now.
Yeah.
Stay safe, but stay dangerous. That's what I tell people. I get the phone with them. But let me ask y'all this. So, damn, I forgot my question that quick. That's what I was going to ask. Where we're at now, how do y'all feel about these protests versus other ones in the past 10 to 15 years?
So
we're not going to go back to 92 and the riots, because we was like a lot younger then. But
of course.
So,
but you can. I vividly remember the 92s. Like, I know these kids now are definitely going to remember it in 4D.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, I remember watching that truck roll through. I believe it was Crenshaw and something else, and they took that brick and threw it in there, and they dragged him out of there. Yo, I remember watching that shit like it was yesterday.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
You feel what I'm saying? So
That was the one at the intersection of Crenshaw and Slauson.
Crenshaw and Slauson, bro. That shit was crazy.
Yeah.
I remember watching that like minute for minute. So I know these kids are going to see this in 3D. You know, I got my nephew is here with me right now for the summer, and I talk about it every day, so I know he feel it. You know, he be peeping shit. He be watching the little shit on the low, like, yo, what's up? But generation after generation, we've been doing this shit, and I feel like this time people is like, yo, I'm sick of this shit, and whatever it'll take this time, I'm willing to do it. This time, like before, it felt like but they don't care how you want them to protest. They're gonna do it the fucking way they want to do it. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what feels different about this one. You can't put these new cats into boxes. Because even when we went down there for Kendrick Johnson, and that shit is still not solved, and y'all need to get that solved.
We fight
that brother did not roll himself up in there. You know, that was one of the worst things that ever happened. Period. That I've ever seen a young brother get rolled up in a wrestling mat, and his
left.
Right. No, but they took portions of his organs out, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. After that,
yeah, you know. I'm just saying, man. Like these kids have inherited this. Like we inherited the second
part
struggle.
of it is though, some of these kids, they remember seeing Trayvon Martin, and they saw that.
That's who out there
when
now.
they were 8.
But that's what I'm saying. That's who is
and
out
now
there now.
They are 16. They are 20.
Trayvon
That
Martin,
energy is
2014,
different.
right?
Wait. Check
That's
out.
what's going on.
That was was that 2014 or 2013?
Somewhere around there.
2014.
Because Michael Brown was 2016.
Correct.
Remember that.
Dude,
So
it's 2020. The kids that were born in the year 2000,
1920.
Yep.
they were born during 9/11, which caused our security system the security system of the country to be racially biased by nature. Because that's when NSA kicked up and all of that shit. Now everybody getting double and triple checked because they was on high terrorist alert. So you got kids that grew up in that, but then they also grew up during the TRL period. So every in the social media age and all of that shit. So they feel connected to everybody, and most of their childhood was with Obama in office. Mm-hmm. So seeing somebody black run their country isn't foreign to them. Mm-hmm. And so now you got folks that's past that. Yeah, you got folks that's past that generation that's older than us that's still trying to hold on for dear life. You got a whole generation of kids that know nothing but trauma. Those of us in our 30s and 40s, we know nothing but struggle, bruh. Mm-hmm. I looked on every streaming service you see right now. Everybody's doing something about supporting Black lives, so it's a whole bunch of black entertainment that they're highlighting. I went through all of that shit. Everything that they post is some traumatic race-related shit because that's all our history has been. I'm looking at some of our movies and stuff like that. Even our comedy movies still.
The 90s was real good for us.
It was.
You know what I'm saying?
It was. But what I'm saying is, hold on.
I'm talking about an economical boom for millionaires happened in the late 90s for black people.
I'm not even talking about that aspect. I'm just talking about.
You understand what I'm saying? Hold on. Just entertainment wise, it made millionaires. You understand? I'm not talking about the life was so good. No, nigga, don't get it twisted right now. I'm telling you, like economical black people took a different step in the late 90s.
I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about the fact that
I'm gonna respond to that. But
I'm talking about the fact that there's certain imagery of what the black experience is that's been out there and replicated over and over again. And if all I wanted to do was look at some black teen movies. Even the greatest black teen movie of all time, House Party, still had racial profiling and a nigga going to jail.
I was wondering where you was going with that. I was like, what did you got to say?
Our culture is so steeped in trauma that even a feel-good movie about kids in high school trying to throw a party and get some pussy still ended with somebody going to jail and racial profiling through the whole movie.
It was TikToking in that bitch, though.
And the niggas was URL in that bitch.
Right. It was everything. But that's the point. Like our black history, our African American culture is steeped in fucking trauma, bro. Trauma.
So how do you sum that up with what's going on now then? How do you compare it? Because I feel like referencing that, you got to make a point to analyze or find an analogy to connect it to what's going on right now.
Right now, you have it's at the.
Oh, wait, let's go. Let's go.
We just mentioned the whole fucking 90s. That's the connection. But now, like even in a smaller portion, like niggas was still rioting for Trayvon. Niggas was still.
But this is what I'm saying. When it comes to Trayvon and Tamir Rice, it is different.
It's different.
It is different, but listen, it is different for these children who are now just becoming adults. That's why that energy is so different. That's what I'm saying. That's why they're
overseas,
just like,
let me give it to you overseas, going. Right? Pakistan, Afghanistan, Iraq. Mm-hmm. These kids wake up every day. They're surrounded by every tank, everything. Every day, their life is that war. Like, they don't know anything but a life like this. Like, war is their life. So they adjust to this shit, and it's their life. That's what I believe that's what you're trying to say. Like, black people have adjusted to this being our life to where we make fun of it, even in house party movies. Mm-hmm. We make fun of that shit in damn near every part of our culture, from the comedy to rap to
you were about to lose your job.
Everything.
Do you think that's more than us making fun of it, or because it's so prevalent?
That's a coping mechanism.
But it's not us making fun of it. I think it's so prevalent.
Niggas are still letting you know, like, yo, this shit is fun. But this fucking happens to us all the time.
Let you know, right? Okay. I just want people to understand when you say making fun. You know what I'm saying? We are poking fun at our lives
by making
That's how
these
we cope.
niggas understand, like,
Yeah, that's a
this is what the
coping
fuck
mechanism.
is a
Because if you don't find light in something like this, you fuck around and go crazy, and that's what a person.
The light.
is for.
I'm gonna
They
tell y'all
want to-
niggas,
they
you
want
know what
to
the
get
light
out
is?
Inside out.
What the light is?
What's the light?
When that nigga was doing it for Lil Saint in front of that cop nigga, that was the light in the midst of the
I
shit.
see that one.
You
I
didn't
don't
see that?
tolerate coon and shit.
No, he didn't cool nigga. The nigga, I keep telling you, he's from Oak.
Look.
And so that's how they get down out there.
Oh, he was
Yeah,
from
he was
I saw that. I didn't know who that was.
Yeah, he was doing it for Lil Saint, nigga.
Look,
The same way Russell did. I got it.
no disrespect to my man Crumpin in the spirit. You know what I'm saying?
Did you say crumping in the
but you
spirit
out here-
of the what?
But you out here,
Right.
if y'all had making your ass clap in front of a squad car,
That's not what they did.
Yeah.
Don't do
I
that.
have video footage.
That's
That-
his.
That he did or somebody else?
Oh, I'm talking about the. It's
Oh
some.
my lord.
I
This
didn't
is
see
a
the
letter,
video,
though, bro.
So that's what I was asking.
Listen,
But he brought it up, so that's why I found that out.
Please elaborate on
Hold on.
Crumpin' in the Spirit.
Yeah.
Please.
Well, did you ever see, hold up.
Okay,
hold
so
up.
I saw it.
Hold on, you ever saw the movie Rise?
Yeah.
No,
Oh, got it. I did.
For them,
Oh, I saw
for
it.
them, that was like a spiritual thing for
It
them.
is.
So that's
so
why I
every
say
time
Crumpin in the spirit.
pop your chest out.
I don't know. I'm
That's
not.
like
I'm
a
not.
Holy
I'm not
Ghost
from the
emotion.
culture.
I'm gonna need.
Like,
I'm from
I'm
the
gonna
watch
need you
Rise.
to. Oh,
I think
back.
it's on
Like,
Netflix.
it's going way too
It's
hard
on
right
Netflix, but
now.
you
It's
gotta
on
see that.
Netflix.
That's part
Check
of
out
Rise.
Crumpin' in the Spirit.
You gotta see Rise. Rise is
check out
Rise
Rise.
is dope.
Check out
Rise
Rise.
is powerful. Like
You think I'm clowning?
you were
Check out Rise.
like I'm telling you.
I told you, like, when I saw
Your
when
ass.
I
That's why I said
saw
don't
this nigga
disrespect
doing
my
it
man
for Lil
Crumpin in the
Saint, I
spirit.
was like, oh, this
He's talking
nigga.
about something to do it for Lil
He was
Saint.
doing it for Lil Saint, nigga. You got served, ass nigga. You feel me?
Hold
Bro,
up.
that shit made me feel good.
I think one of the big fundamental differences with
No, I don't have my bid. I know, niggas.
Oh my god.
Okay, you don't have to tell me.
Oh my.
Are we here or are we there? I'm just asking.
Just answer.
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
So
Stop what he's saying. Like, hey,
Yeah,
you're asking me about my face.
Yeah, the
Hold on,
check
man.
Like, don't get it twisted. It's my face. It is my beard.
Go ahead, Jay.
No, I think the difference is you seeing too many people from too many walks of life actually being like, fuck it, this shit don't work.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's multiple people that are risking their good standings and their livelihoods. And that little girl that you was talking about that put her parents on blast,
Yeah.
like
She's
you have
ruining their
people
fucking
of-
lives.
you have people of multiple ages right now.
Fam.
Now hold on.
Oh, my bad.
Hold on.
I'm gonna get.
Hold
Go
on,
ahead.
hold on. Now,
You gonna go and do that to you?
No.
hold on.
No, go ahead, Jay.
Hold on. Now, I've had to explain to numerous people during this time frame that white people,
Oh, he's addressing white people. I like it when you address white people. Go for it, bro.
You gotta change your voice.
fine.
And I'm just playing.
Right.
Ain't no code switch. I'm just playing. Ain't no code switch. You gonna get all this melanin guidance.
All
Talk
right,
to him,
white
Jay.
people.
Talk to him, Jay.
No, basically, my stance on a lot of this shit
I was
has
gonna say
been,
my stance on white people.
Don't pump in the name of the Lord, bro.
all right.
That spirit hit
Now, the whites man. Nah. I just feel like one of my partners hit me and he said, damn, it's fucked up that we so conditioned to nobody really giving a fuck that we immediately get caught up when we see a white person stand up and say that they're allies or try to do something, whether we're for it or we're against it. And I said, you know what? There's an easy way to explain that.
Slavery.
I'm
not joking. I'm not joking.
You're absolutely right. But I said this is we've heard you say that this is some bullshit before. You know what I'm saying? You stood with us before. Like that's like if a motherfucker cheats on you a lot. Like if the person's cheated on you like 4 times, you know what I'm saying? And like there's no reason for you to believe that they're not going to cheat on you again. Like, you've left me, white people, numerous times. If you had stood by me, we wouldn't be doing this shit now, white people. So when you say we stand with you and shit like that, yeah, I understand it's uncomfortable. And I'm happy that you're starting to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Hey. But here's the deal, white people. We don't really owe you shit. Hey. So you're going to have to bite
Let
that.
him finish, because
hold on. You're gonna have
he
to,
got a shovel in his hand.
You have to bite that. You're going to have to bite that, right? However, it's not that we don't see it and don't appreciate it because we do. But forgive us if we're not so eager to be like, yay, thank you for doing what you're doing and saying what you're saying.
Bring it on home.
Because
Come on.
nigga, since when you proved us wrong?
Hey, so look, where the camera? We in the camera here,
got a
and
bunch
we in the
of
camera here, and we in the camera there.
You got one in your face.
So no, I turned that motherfucker off. It was too much. I couldn't keep it together, right?
Talk to him, Jared.
Crazy,
So-
your beard game crazy.
So, in layman's terms, all the niggas that invited y'all to the cookout,
Oh man,
my nigga, this is the cookout.
you're welcome. This is what you wanted. This is what you wanted,
right?
This is what you wanted, right?
And
That's real. Like,
This the
listen,
cookout.
Listen,
This
you
is
want to
it.
come to the after party? This is it.
You know what I mean? Like every nigga y'all. I mean every.
I like that. I like
every
that.
person that y'all invited to. Oh, he invited to the cookout. The cop that be doing all that dancing. Hey, this the cookout, nigga.
Yeah,
I
put your
don't
bags
never
down.
invite the cop to the cookout.
No, they,
Listen.
man. You
I
should-
It's a lot of people that we didn't get asked if
saying.
they get invited to the cookout.
You know
There's a
what
lot of niggas we didn't be passes to that got invited to the cookout.
But this is the cookout though.
Where you at?
I mean,
You ain't bring no
this
signs.
is the cookout, right?
Where you
It
take a
is.
plate set? Was you
I'm
there
just
set
saying,
up?
I
You gonna
didn't
be there to
invite
break
the
it
cop.
down when the barbecue over?
You're not inviting no cops to the
I
cookout?
just didn't invite the cop. That's all I'm saying. You know,
Now,
they,
let me
they
tell
be
you
at
something,
the
man.
cookout.
And I know we all have different opinions. It is definitely going to differ.
Defund the police.
Are we just gonna pivot again?
No, we're not going to pivot. I want you to know that we don't. I appreciate the voices. I appreciate the new voices. I do. I'm gonna keep it a G. I'm gonna keep it a stack.
I mean, you're not saying nothing wrong.
No,
but
I'm
come
saying,
on with it.
I'm saying,
Like, come on.
Wait a minute. Like every time, my nigga, we get to a point.
You're gonna have to add the bell, right?
Every time we get to a
Y'all
point.
playing. Y'all tapping. Y'all
No.
tapping.
Listen, every time we get to a point, and shit just something pulls away our attention from it. So what we have done just falls by the wayside. And I know this is gonna sound crazy. COVID is probably the best thing that has happened to black folks in a long time.
That don't sound crazy at all.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, something to sit down and think about.
It has forced everybody to sit your ass down, be in one fucking place, and either look at your phone or look at these televisions, because outside life isn't available for you.
Right.
And then when you see a nigga walk outside where you're not supposed to be, and he's getting fucking nailed on for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, it forces you.
Confidently.
It forces you to go,
Well, goddamn.
oh, ain't no basketball game on tonight. No NASCAR, no football, no poker.
That's the difference.
No,
Everybody
no
was
nothing.
forced to
Yeah.
see the same
First of
shit
all,
at the same time.
Fuck ESPN, number one. Number
Man,
two.
listen, I feel that. I feel all that. What I am talking about is the no. You can feel that. I want that energy. But what I am saying is there is nothing that you can do that you compare black people to, because some, and I'm not saying all, I'm saying some white people rationalize what's going on with black people that are in the streets versus the black people that they see. Like,
Right.
they may watch one brother die, but if they see Dwayne Wade dunking a basketball, it ain't
Okay, I see where you're going.
that bad.
I see where you're going. Yeah.
So now you don't have that crutch to lean on. You don't get to see us in the light that you always get to see
That
us in.
distraction.
The distraction that we provide for you.
Right.
Yeah.
So you don't ever get to see that.
Yo.
So let me ask you this. Hold on. I got another question because you brought that up. Hold on a second. So Kyrie Irving not hijacked. I'm sorry. Because he's vice president of
He's
the Players
vice president.
Association.
Go for it.
Right. So how do y'all feel about him making the statement saying, "Hey, we may not be ready to play yet because it's going to provide another distraction." Actually, that's not even air quotes. It will provide another distraction for what is going on.
That was
That's
my
That's what I'm
whole
saying.
situation.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
it is forcing you to not
All right, niggas,
compare
we gotta
black
move on.
people to black people, bro.
It's,
This
all
is
right,
forcing
niggas.
me, bro.
All right, niggas. We gotta move on. Let's
So-
distract them. It's bringing James Brown to Boston and simulcasting on TV.
Thank you.
That's what that is.
Thank you, bro.
I want to keep these niggas out of the street. So let's put something cool on TV. Let's
TV.
put James Brown on TV. When the niggas about to act up in the goddamn arena, James, talk to these niggas, please. Tell them
Man.
don't burn down my goddamn
Man.
city. LeBron, Please tell these niggas in Calgary, like, hold up, y'all been popping a lot of shit. Let me see where you at with it.
But that's what
hold
they
tight.
Wait. I got one question.
Just hold
Did
tight.
y'all see that JR video?
Yeah, when he was whooping that little white boy butt.
Oh, yeah.
See, you being crazy.
This is why you here. This is why you here.
This is what she on. This is what she on, bro.
Hey, JR said, hey, y'all see this? I'm telling you what I did.
That video made my day that day.
I ain't make me feel no type of way.
I was like,
Like it's another Tuesday, goddamn.
I knew you didn't tell me until I brought it to the square. But that's what it's forcing people to do. Yeah. You can't compare good black people doing good.
I'm running it back in my head now.
Regular black people out here struggling.
Hold on.
I take my thoughts away from that.
I thought about you the other day. How we was talking about when the NFL did the shit with Cap and all that shit. Like right now, right? COVID saved so many professional sports committee and members and owners because they didn't have to come out and make no motherfucking statement about the riots because niggas had been away because of goddamn COVID.
But now they got you though. But that's the thing.
Yeah, no. Hold on. This is what they done got PR teams in that time period to be like, all right, y'all.
Let me tell you, they garbage. They trash.
You're right.
Listen,
ain't nobody saying nothing.
Garbage.
Ain't nobody saying nothing.
That's all right. Let me tell you why. Right? Listen, because I listen to the radio, right? So normally I listen to the urban stations here in Atlanta, right? And 90% of them are two types of commercials. Accident attorneys and the nightclub, right?
How many accident commercials?
Hold on, so this is my point. The point is now, all of these different companies are fighting for airtime and giving their money saying, hey, this is what we're doing. This is how we're separating ourselves. Because we feel the common man. We feel what the black people are going through. So we're going to give this money. We're going to give you $250 a day and raffle it off. And I'm like, yo, you full of shit, number one. We can't fall for it, number two. And number three, we're really going to see how you feel this time next year. Because things are going to be different. If you really give a shit, that's why I'm like, yo, don't fall for this little pop in and pop out. Oh, I'm going to give you $500 real quick. Don't fall for it.
I ain't talking about them niggas.
No, I'm talking about them because they need to be talked about. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why they need to be talked about because they're using us as another platform to elevate themselves.
What you're not gonna do is hijack the movement for personal gain.
Listen,
capping ass.
You either Billy Porter.
Listen, they don't want to hijack. They just want to be along for the ride.
Yeah.
And that ride ain't free.
Billy Porter, don't try to hijack the movement either, bro.
He didn't. No, he
Bro,
didn't.
yes, he did, bro. Did you see?
I'm somewhat aware of that.
Bro, y'all gotta relax out here, bro. Let us get us.
Okay.
Hold on. No. Let us get
what
us.
What you got to say about Billy Porter first?
Yeah, get that on, because I didn't expect
Before
that.
I even say anything.
Hey, bro, like, look, bro. It is a long line of people who need to get their due in motherfucking America, right?
Okay.
At the front of that motherfucking line, it's black people. Okay?
And he is that as well.
He is that. But he ain't fucking with us right now. He talking about what affects the gay culture. And I'm cool with the gay culture, bro. I don't got no sweat.
Right.
But nigga, it ain't your turn. It ain't your motherfucking turn. I don't want to hear nothing from, unless it's some Native Americans that
I was ready to bring them up. Like,
that really
there's another group right next to us.
You feel me? Like, unless they really trying to get at
This
us.
shit split.
You know what I'm saying? If they not trying to get at us, y'all niggas wait your turn.
I feel
So wait,
No, wait your motherfucking turn, bro.
Are we ready for this? Are we trying to have a discussion? Are we trying to have a discussion?
Okay, so
Wait till motherfucking
this
turn.
is the thing.
I want to hear more.
I personally have been having these conversations, right? And I have, gay black male friends. And some of them feel like, the black community didn't accept me, so I'm not going to go out there and protest.
I'm not mad at
or
that.
I'm not. But then the other side of my black male gay friends,
No, they black.
Let them laugh.
they go because they are black first before they are gay.
Correct.
So I've been having just a little back and forth between the two sets of parties because, I'm like, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings or anything, but I personally feel like if I see you, I see black before I see gay.
Sexuality.
Right.
So
Interesting.
So as far as the hang up,
I
just
can't
find
be
a role in the protest. I'm not saying go walk.
correct.
Y'all can put
Everybody
together.
ain't Malcolm X.
What are you saying? What are you saying? What are you saying for them in that situation?
I'm trying to understand the side that has the hang up that doesn't feel like this is a part of their movement, even though they are black and gay.
Hold on, time out. I
don't get that part.
I
I'm
gotta say
lost.
this, like, these niggas have been ridiculed by us their whole lives.
I understand that.
They have been ridiculed. When you are ridiculed
By your
own kind, your whole bro, you can look crazy.
I'm waiting for you to finish. Cause I'm waiting for it.
Like everybody's like, I don't understand why they don't feel like they.
I didn't say that. First
No,
okay.
there's a lot of people that are having these conversations that you are having.
Yeah.
Right.
Yo, these niggas have been ridiculed their whole fucking lives,
Right.
and then you want these niggas to turn around and be like, nah, fuck that. I'ma rock with y'all. It's
not
the
a
same
turnaround.
shit.
It's not a
That's the
turnaround.
thing, though. The sentiment that they're taking, they're saying
it's-
like, "Oh, I'm good enough now to come walk
Bro.
with you when you need me to walk beside you, my brother." But before you just like,
them niggas
yeah,
been
I'm
ridiculed.
not.
The
I'm
first
not
thing-
We've been ridiculed.
because
Yo,
This is
I'm
my
keeping
thing.
this
This
shit
is
like-
my thing. Hold on. This is my thing. You are still an individual person. Whether you are black and gay,
course.
black and Jamaican, black and African, whatever it is, you're still an individual. You make that choice for yourself. If you want to be a part of it, you can be a part of it. If you choose not to, you choose not to. So don't use that as a cop-out like, oh, you need me. Like, no,
Bro,
we need
but
people
that's
who understand
not-
the
that's how
mission.
they feel, bro. How they feel is
Yeah,
fucking
that's
different.
Speak on there, brother.
Bro, I'm not speaking for. I'm just telling you, bro. Like I remember growing up and ridiculing some niggas.
Yeah, I was ridiculed too. We all were ridiculed. But it's on a different level. I'm not trying to minimize what they get because
I'm
it's
talking
different. It's real.
about me.
Okay.
Me ridiculing them.
Yeah.
Like I've been on the opposite side of going, man, y'all going to hell. You know, whenever I was in that mindset, like y'all going to hell because this book told me y'all going to hell.
Right.
My grandma told me y'all going to hell.
So, y'all
her
going to hell.
grandma told you to go to hell. Oh, we putting you out of our motherfucking house when you 12. Go to hell.
Because you being...
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So I can't expect for a nigga that has been treated like a dog. It's the same thing. You kick a dog, you kick a dog, you kick a dog. You think when a motherfucker come in this bitch to rob you, that motherfucker go stand for you? Fuck no. He finna go hide the
can I
goddamn
jump in?
car,
I ripped
bro.
her.
Can I
I've been
jump in?
kicked. Like, I got... Listen.
Bro, look,
Can I jump in?
go for it.
Can I jump in? Race, religion, and sexuality are the three toughest things to fucking talk about.
Absolutely.
Because those shits tie into who the fuck you are as a person, the constitution of a person.
Hopefully.
Okay. Most of us have friends, family members, co-workers, colleagues who are a part of the LGBTQ community. I know it's probably some other letters.
Plus.
A plus
I don't-
plus,
I don't wanna
yes,
fuck
and
that
two
up.
spirited, and
I just noticed a plus.
There you go. I stop at Q because I don't want to fuck up. That's why we got shit.
plus plus
Do you-
and two spirited.
Get out of here.
Yes. Okay.
We gonna come back to that because that's new to me. Like,
Yeah,
listen.
it's hard for me to follow.
It's...
But however,
My bad, Jay.
hey, look, keep it a buck, man. You know what I'm saying?
Have a lot of friends.
Hey, man, look, I'm just gonna have to call my sister. Be like, you ain't put me up on game. Like, I'm lost out here.
I don't know that chess move.
You know what I'm saying? But I look at it like this. I will never minimize their plight. We all can understand. We all
Absolutely.
can understand that. I just look at it like this. Any marginalized demographic, fall in line. Because whatever the black agenda is going to affect your agenda regardless. Because you're a marginalized demographic. So no matter what thing you're into, whether it's sexuality, whether it's cannabis, whether it's environment, whatever minority group of people that aren't a part of the majority voting bias, right? If you want to see some sort of significant change, everything we fight for is for fucking freedom and liberation. That is fucking it. So if you are a part of a group of people, whether you feel marginalized, whether you feel overlooked, ignored, y'all just ain't heard my side of the story, whatever the fuck it is, once you let us go ahead and knock this fucking door down, you'll see that a lot of the same shit that we want, in essence, is going to affect you for the better. So no one is minimalizing or trying to marginalize what your stance is. Just know right now, my nigga, we all, everybody with some sort of human spirit, we need to be fighting about niggas getting killed right now, and all of that shit is going to help everybody in the goddamn
But
process
if they're
to be
not
free.
willing to do that,
And I don't give a fuck if you want to sit at home.
wait your
cool, I don't
motherfucking
care.
turn.
I don't care if you don't feel like you need to be
They
in the
not
party
waiting.
active or whatever. I don't.
LBGTQ.
But nigga, I'm telling
The
you.
folks that I know, they know
Plus,
the
plus.
folks that I know in that community. They
And
see
two-spirited.
injustice first.
Well, we can't-
So when they see injustice first, they're ready to rise. So those are the people that I know.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying we can't be mad. We can't be mad
I
at
can't
the.
be mad at nobody for whatever.
For
No matter what.
I'm not mad at them if they feel like,
there's some
you
kind of
know-
split like, yo, why the gay niggas ain't really jumping up helping us? And the gay niggas like, where y'all at when we need help? You know
You
what I'm
shouldn't
saying?
feel no kind of way.
Right
if
now,
some
nobody
niggas
was
feel
doing
like
no
they
type
are
of
not
action.
Niggas feel this
accepted,
way.
but now
A
I'm
lot of
calling
niggas feel
you to
this way.
come out. You shouldn't feel no kind of way about
I
that.
think if we could just all band together and say, fuck these niggas real quick. Like, let's
I
just.
mean, I think it's just
man.
mixed up because our issues are so layered.
Mm-hmm.
We have LGBTQ, IAA++, and two-spirited,
Oh, wow.
right?
Keep it
We
going.
have Afro Latino situation. We have Asians for Black situation. We have a colorism situation.
Within
No, let it keep going. No,
You know,
I don't want to
we
hear
have
this.
a colorism situation. We have a gender inequality situation. What else?
Right.
we have a
I feel like
Black,
all that shit
we have
falls
the
under the
indigenous
umbrella of
People of color situation.
we have a broken relationship with every other culture on the fucking planet. it feels
And
like,
then
bro.
we also have an international situation where people in other countries, when we fly international, they view us as Americans before they even view us as Black. But when we come in the U.S., we are Black before we are African Americans. And that's why we have the Dominicans or Puerto Ricans
Yeah, listen.
will proudly say, I am not Black, I'm
Black.
Puerto Rican,
Yo,
I am
that
Dominican.
shit, that's what I'm saying. Like,
They're
it
not
feel
talking
like,
about the color of their skin.
it feel
It's
like
so
the
layered.
dumbest shit.
It's so layered.
It's the dumbest shit I'm talking about within us. The dumbest fucking shit.
Why do you say it's dumb?
We talk about the dumbest shit within our culture. Like, good hair. And I
That's
got
a
bad
colorism
hair.
issue.
Like, bro, like...
That's
what the
generational
f-
issues, though.
Bro,
Generational control.
it's dumb. That's
I'm
what
not
the
saying-
fuck I'm saying to you.
Oh, okay. I got it.
Like, that was the point of the fucking thing. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
the one good thing about this whole situation is that finally at one time, everybody at the same fucking time is forced to look at some shit
Bring us
through
back,
a different fucking lens.
Come on.
Everybody. That includes us looking at them, us looking at us, them looking at each other. Everybody is forced to first look in the goddamn mirror and deal with what the fuck they got going on. Because aside from COVID and the uprising and all that shit, everybody been stuck at the fucking house. And prior to all the extra madness, at some point niggas either broke all the way down or was trying to get themselves together. So all of this shit at one time is stressful for every fucking person. And the beauty of it all is if anybody comes out of this shit alive with a better sense of consciousness about just being in the fucking world, the better. And I think we got a group of
that
people
ain't
that's
good
like
enough.
What does that look like? What does that look like? That's what I'm saying.
That ain't
Like,
good enough for
it's
me.
gonna take a whole lot of burning shit to fuck down from the inside out in order to get there.
But that's what we're doing, though.
Exactly. So I'm happy to see the ashes start to form. But my personal take is we can't look at this shit in a monolithic way. It's way more ways to skin a fucking cat. So I don't give a fuck what a person is doing for this goddamn mission. As long as you doing some shit.
that's too general.
I don't want
Okay. So
I don't want to fucking
Nigga,
spend
it's a million fucking things. So you want me to list a million things right now? I can't.
Time out, bro.
Because I have
Time out,
been.
bro.
Yo, the reason
Time out,
why I
bro.
brought it
I've
up.
been
Time
writing
out.
that shit
Time out.
down and
Hold
been
on,
passing
hold on.
out fucking lists on my personal shit.
Okay, hold on. Feel me.
So if you want to go down what fucking
No.
occupation, who the fuck to call? We can goddamn do that shit. I've been doing this shit since a fucking child. We can go there.
Just relax. Just relax. What I'm saying to you is, I don't want to fucking do it no more ways. every time you motherfuckers shoot one of us, let's just burn your shit to the fucking ground.
I'm with that too. I'm not turning no avenues down. All avenues is open. Anybody can get it.
I don't want to go through no more motherfucking avenues.
Y'all can't sit together no more.
It's not.
Wait. Listen.
Hold on.
Why you quitting?
Hold on.
Blog coming. I'll finish my thoughts another time.
Hold
Oh,
on.
we here now, goddamn. Listen, you need all the coverage you can get, goddamn. You might as well speak on the shit now.
We can all be on the same page.
This is the point. This is my point about this whole shit. Okay. Everything that you feel that needs to be done, no matter who the fuck you are, whatever you think it is, black people. Yes, you are correct. So if you think voting is supposed to help, yes, it is. If you think rioting is supposed to help, yes, it is. If you think smacking the shit out of your fellow officers is going to help this shit, yes, it is. It's a million fucking things to do because this issue that we got as black people in America is multi-layered. So you can't knock this fucking wall down by going one goddamn direction. So while I'm burning shit down over here, somebody need to be climbing in the motherfucking window. While that nigga's in the goddamn window, need to be pulling somebody else the fuck up so that nigga can go in the goddamn CEO office. It's a bunch of different ways to shut this bitch down, but we all gotta stop pointing at who the fuck doing what and go to your goddamn lane. What is your fucking lane in this shit?
I'm not on that shit.
Your fucking lane. If you want to go
I'm not
burn
on
some
that
shit
shit,
down,
bro.
nigga, burn shit
I'm
down.
not with
I
that
can't
shit.
burn nothing down because my black ass will go to
Okay,
jail.
well, you-
So I
you
gotta
cut
find
me
another
the
thing
fuck
to
out,
burn
nigga.
down. I can't even be at the
That's what
jail,
I'm saying,
nigga.
nigga.
So
No, get
I'm
that money
going to
together,
be.
nigga.
So
Get
I'm
that
going
money
to do
together.
what
This
the
is-
fuck I can do. I'm going to do what the fuck I can do. That's going to
I'm
move
telling
the
you,
mission
everybody ain't
forward.
Malcolm X. I get
You're
what
right.
you're saying, my nigga.
And
But
goddamn,
I am
you
telling
pick
though,
your lane.
The only shit these niggas have ever given a fuck about was what? Because we've been picking at these niggas. We've been protesting peacefully. We've been motherfucking going to the churches. We've been doing all of this shit. We've done the same shit since motherfuckers have started marching. The only fucking time they give a shit is when we tear they shit the fuck up.
But you want to know why we keep it? No, because you keep cutting the fuck off, though.
Because I got to cut that bullshit.
No, because what the fuck?
Don't y'all motherfuckers go out there and beat the
No, fuck that. Y'all don't let me finish saying what the fuck I gotta say.
We can both be out.
Y'all don't let me finish what the fuck I gotta say. Y'all don't let me finish saying what the fuck I gotta say.
We got time.
I'm gonna say what the fuck I gotta say.
We're here now.
Okay? God damn it. I don't give a fuck if I agree with what you're saying. I just don't feel like that's the just it. I think that shit is supposed to happen too. In addition to.
From all
In
directions.
addition to, because anytime we do go out like that, yeah, they tremble for a minute, they calm the fuck down for a minute, and then it revert right back. There's a reason why they call this shit systemic. This shit is like a fucking spider web. We gotta check that shit in all angles. Splinter cells everywhere. Y'all niggas watch all these mystery movies and shit. Y'all understand the fucking
Red
concept.
team go, blue team go. I'm with you.
Like, goddamn. Like, yeah, I believe motherfuckers need to get mollywopped. Y'all forget this shit affects me personally. I lost my uncle from COVID, and I'm the one who goddamn had family almost get murdered by Dylan Roof. I know how the fuck this shit really goddamn feel out here. So, yeah, I think a lot of motherfuckers need to burn. But in order for shit to really withstand, papers gotta get burned. Policies gotta get burned. Everything has to get
Things
burned
need
in
to
a way.
be
This is what I'm
boycotted
saying. This-
for real this time.
And that's
I
one
want to
thing
touch
as
on
well.
that as well.
That's one thing as well.
And
It's a bunch
while
of shit.
everybody is posting their messages on social media and showing their executive staff and their managerial
Who you talking
positions,
about? Call them out.
I am going to apply.
Wait, you talking about somebody in
I
particular?
am
Wait a
going
minute.
to apply and pull the next one behind me
Right.
because that is a part of the movement as well.
Yeah.
All right, let me say it like this, and this is why I was pushing y'all on that. We have to be very specific more than we normally are, which is why I was telling you, like, yo, keep going. What you're saying is not wrong, but we can't keep it generalized. And
feel
it's
like-
not even really generalized. Hold on. When I say generalized, I mean we have to be specific in what we're saying. That's how people can really understand and get behind it. Because, like I said, like you, I've been out there. I've been working behind the scenes after all of the protesting stopped, if we don't get specific on what we're trying to accomplish with goals in mind, then it's really just it's just in the air. So wait, hold on. Wait, jump in there. So with that being said, the point we're at now, we're at a different stage in time for two reasons. One, because of the influx of people who've never been affected by this or never lived through it. And number two, because of technology. This technology that we're utilizing, I'm awake.
I'm sorry. That's stress, boy. Continue. No, bro. Continue.
I probably didn't let the code go.
Yeah, you did. I was looking at it too.
You know I'm smoking though.
I'm saying it's way.
I mean, I guess you got spoiled on your homie's trip.
It was weighed in the water.
Wow.
It was weighed in the water over there. Weighed
Finish your blog.
in the
Finish your
water.
thought.
Okay, finish my thought. So my point is this, because I've reiterated this several times in the last few weeks. We have to be specific on what we want people to do, where we need the energy, and they need to understand where they can fit in. A lot of people right now do not know where they can fit in.
Absolutely.
So, for example, just one example, June 28th, we're doing a voter registration on the South Side. We're expecting about 500, 700 people. That's just voter registration. You see what I'm saying? But from that, I'm bringing in other organizations that are dealing with things on the front line and dealing with policy changes and dealing with, hey, we're trying to submit this legislation. Right. So it's not just about that one-time thing. It's a continual process that goes on and on, which is why I was bringing it up. But back to your point about us burning, you know what? I'm going to let you speak more on that. But I just want people to understand the work has been done, has continue being done, but we have to think further. We have to think about our grandchildren. That's really what it comes down to. The success of what's going on right now and the opportunity that we have in this current generation is one that we've never had before.
Okay.
We're reaching different countries, we're reaching different continents, and they're with us. So now if we're ever going to start really making a huge dent in white supremacy, now is the time. And that's really what it comes down to. It's like when I say, I talk about that show, Black as Fuck on Netflix, and he kept saying...
You reminded me of that when you said slavery.
Yeah, because it's real. That's where I got it from. Yeah. Because everything, 98% of what we're dealing with now comes from that part of slavery. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I need people to understand that. So...
This issue, like she said earlier, man, the shit is so layered. There's no simple, clean-cut way to combat this thing. And the sooner we all come to agreement with that and accept that, we can really use this moment properly. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we're using it properly.
I think we are. I think we are.
Yo, listen, I want you to have the last word, right? And then I'm gonna ask a question.
You trying to wrap it up?
No. I'm talking about the last word. The last word on that topic.
Okay, gotcha.
Right, and I'm gonna ask you a question. I want you to be honest when I ask you though. Go for it. Finish
What's
up.
the question? Just wrap it up.
Wrap it up
right now.
Like,
I thought.
wrap that shit up.
I feel like LeBron, like, oh shit, I did it.
We going too long. I feel like we just started.
Right, it's like, I mean, we ain't talking about the orangutan. We ain't talking about Black Lives Matter. We ain't talking. Come on.
We ain't even talk about social media. How people are looking
Give me some direction on what you want me to wrap up.
No,
is it on
I'm not
the
talking about
rioting?
the show,
Is it on
bro.
the protesting?
I'm talking about just that subject. Here's what I want to ask y'all.
You being philosophical.
Relax, right? That's what I want you to know.
Give me some direction here.
Do you feel?
Come on, Drew Brees.
Do you feel? Pivot. Super pivot. So listen, right?
He was
Do you feel like?
Go ahead.
Do you feel like we are at the beginning, middle, or possibly closer to the end of what is happening right now?
Oh, we are definitely in the early beginning to middle. We're at about 33%
That's
of the
where I
100.
am.
Okay, that's what you guys feeling.
Goddamn right. Let me tell you what.
Here's my next question.
Wait, can I finish my first answer? Goddamn. You got your answer. Go ahead. I want you to follow up.
You just answered.
All right, cool.
That's why I moved on.
I wanted a diatribe and shit. Go ahead.
No diatribe. We don't need a lesson over here. Okay.
Cornell Knots. I'm like, come on.
What is the next bump in this? Because if this is the beginning of this road that we're just hitting, what is the next bump?
Simple. One word: consistency. That's what we've been lacking.
What is the next bump? Because
What you mean, like the next wave? So we at
What is
protest wave.
Okay,
the next wave.
so the next wave after this is November 3rd.
I think that is when the
Why
world
you
is
asking
slow.
me if you just gonna answer the question? Gotcha. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I always say less. Why say more?
You should. You should.
Go ahead, brother. 'Cause you got to flex on them. I'm gonna make sure to listen.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I want to hear this. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Dum.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, Les. Come on. I'm sorry. I'll be encouraging this. I'm sorry. I do.
Why not?
I think it's a fucking. I think it's gonna spiral into something we've never seen before in November.
Oh, so you trying to say it's gonna be lit?
Oh, it's gonna. I think this is the.
Lit.
I think this is the pre-show.
Okay.
Like this is the
That's
opener.
fair.
I think.
This is the fucking opening act.
Look,
Okay.
I feel like this, bro. Straight up. If this clown in the office right now pulls a repeat,
Listen.
We about
Okay.
to do this 2 episodes.
What?
Listen.
Right, I didn't think he's gonna.
You gotta follow.
I'm
you
listening.
got-
I'm listening.
My bad, Jay. Go ahead.
I'm listening.
if this clown repeats, that is if we've never seen one before, that is a clear line in the sand. Civil War was genuinely be enacted. Because now you're telling the people, after weeks and weeks of the summer being ripped to shreds, and this fool instigating it, everybody can see it, and
he
you
petty.
still
He
vote
big
in
petty.
Mr. Grab him by the pussy.
Right.
After all of this,
Right.
and you still vote Mr. Grab him in the pussy, white ladies who was standing in the front of the line to make sure that the officers didn't get the protesters. If you still vote for Mr. Grab him by the pussy, you prove to me, Susan,
What they
Karen,
prove- what they proving to you?
Becky,
What are they proving to you?
Ellen,
What are they proving to you?
Karen
that you
and
just who
Kevin.
we thought you were.
What's that? What's that though?
So, bro.
What is that? No, hold on. What are they then? That they prove to us.
Domestic terrorists.
So I'm gonna keep it a G with you.
Listen.
I'm gonna keep it a stack with you, man. I don't think that November 3rd, if they vote this nigga in, that's the line in the sand, my nigga.
You
The
said
line.
next step.
No, he said that's the line in the sand. That's what he
okay.
was saying,
Okay.
right? I feel like, my nigga, we're all lining up at this fucking race to do the 100 meters, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we all start the same. And every black man they kill and get away with it, they get another 10 yards in front of us. Another 10 meters in front of us.
Talk that
Because
shit.
we're only running the fucking 100. The fastest fucking race in the goddamn world is about how fast we live this fucking life on this earth. That line was drawn in the sand when we started, nigga. Because they wasn't going to be fair in the goddamn beginning. So, every black man they've been killing, they've been moving up this motherfucking 100 meters. And we just at the goddamn starting line. Fuck these niggas lying in the sand. Fuck all this shit. I'm telling you this and I mean it in the most sincere way. Either way this election goes, it will be problematic. This will be the next bump in American history. This is the fucking warm-up. Because how many people want this nigga out is the same amount of motherfuckers that want this motherfucker to stay.
Because Electoral College, last election.
You understand what I'm telling you? And there's a large growing amount of people. Some shit I heard today fucked me up. Because this shit never happens. I was in the military, I was in the army. Never ever fucking happens. You never hear or see a sitting commander-in-chief, secretary-in-chief say, we will not support you with military action.
Who said that?
Right.
Yeah.
Who said that? Pull it up. We need names. We need dates. We need all of that. Because listen, we are a podcast of accountability. Damn it.
Meanwhile, Erica Shields did step down today.
Oh, so I would go back to local. I would go back to local. That was a big thing.
Yeah.
That was a big thing. I feel, just to respond to that, I think that was a very much a political move to keep
Howard.
Not just power, but a signal to the people. Like,
No, I said Howard.
Oh, it's Howard. Oh, okay. We know I'm talking about Paul Howard. He getting
Okay.
out of here. Next. Because they doing the runoff. Next. So, I
Hold
think
on.
they really
Wait a
said
minute.
that. You
Wait a
got
minute.
it?
Here we go.
We're bringing it back. Shit.
His
Let me have
name
local. 1 second.
I love it. You keep it G, right? The general name is General Mark A. Milley.
And he said, we will not support
In quote.
the
what?
president.
Sure.
We will not support the
Chairman of the
president
Joint Chiefs of Staff, right? Something like that.
in military action against the... Is that what they said? I'm probably saying it wrong. What did he say?
Right, we want the quote. Come on.
It ain't got to be the quote. You could paraphrase that motherfucker.
I don't
Read
want to paraphrase.
to us.
I don't want to paraphrase, my
Read
nigga.
to
Continue the conversation. I'll
Okay.
come back in this bitch.
So the reason why that's so important, because like you said, you were in the military. If you have someone as a head of state or a head of state in the military going against the president, that's a direct insubordination. So that's some real monumental type stuff that you're talking about. So that's why I was bringing it up. I was like, 'cause I hadn't heard that personally, and I've been watching. You know what I mean? In between my Dave Chappelle specials and stuff. But that's why I said, yo, let me hear exactly what he had to say because I want to know. But back to the local Atlanta part, I feel a lot of that movement because they've had how many deaths in Atlanta by police in the last
I'm
3
not sure
to
the
6
number.
months?
Here we
be
go.
honest.
I just want you to hear it from the Washington Post, right? The country's top military official apologized on Thursday for taking part in Trump's presidential walk through Lafayette Square.
Oh, the photo shoot.
Right?
Yeah, okay.
This is what he says. General Mark A. Milley, I should have not been there. My presence in that moment and in that environment created a perception of the military involved in domestic politics. Hold on.
It's very PR careful. It
Right?
is. I'll tell you why when you're done. He dancing that line.
What else you got?
Because the military is not
Hold on.
supposed
As a
my bad.
commissioned officer, it was a mistake that I have learned from. I do not support the senseless and brutal killing of George Floyd. And we will not, as military, consult with Mr. Trump on this.
That's
I'm
real.
telling you that we're not giving this nigga
He said,
any
Mister.
support.
Like,
The
look,
thing
you
about
were
not President
supposed
Trump,
to
Mr.
say
Trump.
president.
Yeah, he
You
was.
said Mister.
So the thing about that is, and you know this, you can speak to this better than I can because I've never been anything related to military. But the military is for the protection of the citizens and the country of the United States. So they're saying we're not going to take action against our own citizens because that's not our purpose. They have an oath behind it. Am I wrong?
Hold on. This nigga, they asked him about the protest. He said the protest rewind. What we are seeing is a long shadow of our original sins in Jamestown,
Virginia.
401 years ago.
More than that.
Liberated by the Civil War, but not equal until the laws 165 years later.
That they don't
Bro.
enforce.
This nigga is telling you, bro.
I didn't hear that
He
part.
goes,
Yeah, he's like, we getting the reckoning,
he
nigga.
goes, we need to do better.
Duh.
He's like, we need to do better. Bro, like, I don't
For the first time,
people,
people that you knew for a fact when they never said shit.
hold on, George Bush said he's not going.
Yeah, I saw that shit.
He's not
I
going to
saw
vote for him.
that.
Fam,
Sir.
this was the breaking point for me. This was the key part. Your boy, not none of
what
us
is
here.
this?
Your boy, when he said, when the people were trying to breach the White House property last week,
Not
When he was in the
bunker.
bunker, nigga.
Not that.
they called him a bunker
Bunker boy.
bitch.
They call him the bunker boy.
Yeah, they did.
They called him a bunker bitch. Actually, it was the sign I saw.
Yeah.
Hashtag, I'm just reading.
Bro.
Right?
You was on Twitter.
Oh, man.
With that one.
I just saw the picture.
I saw
There's a
that.
picture. I said, bunker bitch.
Twitter to make me go crazy. I can't do
I'm just repeating what I saw.
It's
They can validate it too. So my point is this: I don't either way. But my point is this: when you have to praise your Secret Service for keeping out.
Hold on.
You're
You saw
3
that
steps
text?
away from being overthrown.
But you saw
He was
that-
talking shit about Venezuela.
No. But you see that? No. See, you got to get with Trump. You got to get where this nigga is getting at. You feel what
No,
I'm
I
don't.
don't.
You ready? You ready? Did you see that? Because he's talking about a specific tweet
Okay,
that
talk
Trump
to
made,
me.
right?
I'm talking about the speech. He
Hold on.
talked this.
Hold on.
I don't read this shit. I don't follow him.
It's the same shit. Donald Trump came out after that and said, "Thanks to my strong military, who else? The
National
police,
Guard,
National
whatever,
Guard.
yeah.
Everybody
And
except
this
for all the
motherfucker-
police in
hold
DC.
on. This motherfucker wrote SS on that bitch.
Secret Service.
That stands for right. You
Yeah.
said Secret Service, sir. What is SS? Come on. On some Nazi shit. That's a dog whistle nigga shit, bro. That he out here telling
But this
these
is not the
niggas-
first time that
Bruh.
he's done something like
You
that.
don't put niggas don't refer to the fucking Secret Service as SS because it has Nazi fucking ties, bro.
Yeah.
Like he's just sent out little codes and shit, like letting y'all niggas
That's
know.
because he's
I'm-
President Petty. He's
Bro.
been doing all types
So-
of stuff like that
So,
continuously.
which is why I was bringing up November 3rd as the next, thank you, as the next step, right? It's now June. Right? And we're getting started because we didn't even get to Juneteenth. Can we talk about Juneteenth? Yeah, we got to do part 1 and part 2 to this because y'all missing on my night. Listen, I've got several get together next weekend. But the point is, with him and what's going on right now, it's going to be things that's going to happen. Between now and November, 3 things are going to happen. We're going to have the second wave of COVID, number 1.
Definitely, we're definitely
Number
going
two-
back in the house,
Right. No, he's not going to do it.
bro. They're definitely gonna take us.
Yeah,
back.
Georgia's gonna be open though.
Georgia's
Even
gonna be
if every
open.
other state is
It's gonna be crazy because we're gonna see the numbers increase, right? Number
Right.
1.
Trying to kill all
Number
these
2,
niggas in this city.
you're going to see, and this is my personal prediction. I'm not basing this off of anybody else's professional expertise. I think you're going to see a huge reduction in the government support for unemployment and for health care as well.
In what
I think
month?
that's going to, in what part?
By the end of the year.
No, between now and
Of course,
November.
it costs way too much.
Because he's going to need token points to show his strength. And I think we're going to see another increase in militarization because he's going to double and triple down on his base.
Wait. So
And
you
this
know
all
they
happens
did
before?
just extend the unemployment, right?
Wait, I can't just both y'all quiet. Hold on. When is
Right.
that?
You know they did just extend the unemployment to the end of December.
That's Georgia.
Okay.
I'm
No,
talking
it's several states.
Well, I need to know what other states
Here's my
is involved.
here's my
It's
question,
called
bro.
PEUC or
Yeah,
something.
here's
I
my
thought it was
question, bro.
PEP. But anyway, go ahead. Hit me to it.
PEUC,
This nigga-
PUA,
Okay. I'm just saying.
and FPEUC.
And
That's
MOUSE.
3 different things that falls up under the CARES Act for the unemployment insurance.
INPEE. You know what I'm saying?
Anyway,
Hold on. No, that's real.
so
'Cause,
anyway,
like I said,
it's
this may affect me being wrong
30,
one time.
39
My hands as warm as a motherfucker,
39
bro.
weeks. So it goes to the end of
Shadow
December.
boxing with the devil.
So
nigga?
now,
Hands hot than a
No,
motherfucker.
listen, I got these hands like
got them-
Minnesota because y'all ain't know they was gonna turn up like that.
Hey.
Boy,
Them
I'm
shit's
just
hot in a
under
bit,
the
boy.
hands.
Them shit hot in a bit, boy.
What?
Well, anyway, while I had a floor, I always had a question for you. You have been working this entire time that everything has been closed, and I have been watching your Instagram, and I'm like, damn, DJ Knot's been working all through COVID. Like, you never not working. How did you do that?
I've been working occasionally.
That
for those
nigga-
that are listening.
That nigga been in the house too on the low.
That's what I've been doing.
On the low.
I ain't going live now once.
Hey,
Listen.
nigga, I called
But you
this
was
nigga a
out
couple
there
times.
I
with
was,
his
I
bag.
was.
You was
Okay,
in New
so-
Orleans. You had the mask on. You giving away
Hey,
food.
yo,
Like, I've
what
been
is
watching
going
your
on?
Instagram. I'm like, Nas is never not working. Like, I'm
He's
about
more
to.
than a DJ.
Okay.
Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Why would I say this when I can say more? You know
Hip
what
hop
I'm saying?
is back.
My God.
All right, man. So, all right, to answer your question.
Thank you.
They crack a
Thank
toe.
you.
What's going on, nigga?
Chill out. because it's a serious question, so I'm gonna focus for a minute. Because that's
Business.
Come on,
all right.
Dad.
So
Goddamn hairline that came back. You are a
Oh,
motherfucker. Come on.
no.
Talk to me. I'm ready. I'm ready.
I can teach me in class. I'm away.
All right.
jealous.
No. I'm
jealous,
ready.
bro.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Faster. I was 45. I just noticed that Creator 45. You know, bring it on the camera. Anyway, DJ speaking. All right, so the work I've been doing for the last 60 days has been in conjunction with a company, an organization. No, it's a company, not a tech organization, called Gooder. And what they've been doing is providing groceries for families in need.
Oh, that is so gooder.
Can I finish?
Did you see that? I said it's so gooder.
So it was so out of place, like just for real. Like, it's like, you know.
No, you said
Russell
how
Westbrook, I'm gonna just go to the hole, goddammit. Fuck you, Kevin Durant. I know you're open, but I'm gonna just. All right.
Wait a minute. Okay.
So
a little
the
bit.
point is, a lot of it.
Okay, food,
Light skin,
get
light skin.
back.
All right, we see it. Anyway, so colorism,
Color fucking
Colorism in effect.
All right, so
Yo, Papi,
stop playing. On the side.
Papi, I'm Latino too. You heard it in 10 different ways. Okay, Papi?
Oh shit!
Hold on, Bobby. All right, so on the side. So can I get 15 seconds? Can I get 15 seconds?
All right, go.
All right, go, boom. So the work I've been doing with Gooder is about helping people.
I'm listening.
That shit's
I'm
gooder.
listening. They just go.
You're a foul nigga, man. I swear, man.
That shit's
No,
stupid
Nas,
as
go
fuck.
ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro. He a foul nigga. Go ahead, bro.
I appreciate the question.
I'm sorry, bro.
You guys say like,
wanted
I
to
appreciate
know.
the question. That is.
Yo, he's a foul
Don't pull him
nigga.
into it. That third one. That third one.
He's
That
a
third
foul.
one. Do it every time. That third
I
one.
couldn't help it. He said it's
Wait till
gooder.
Tuesday. Wait till Tuesday.
It's gooder.
Right.
Wait till Tuesday.
Right.
Goddamn gooder.
Wait till
It's
Tuesday.
good. It's good, and then it's gooder.
Wow.
Oh my
Fuck, my nigga.
Yo,
man.
You got your phone on you?
yo, he is cold.
Oh,
You got your Instagram up?
man.
He is
You
cold.
got your Instagram up? Pull it up.
Oh, man.
Pull it up.
No, bro. They're probably a dope ass company. I'm
Nah,
just saying
nah.
they're stupid.
Your keyboard is in front of you, keyboard player.
Oh,
Oh.
man.
Play time pimping. Come on, type it in.
Oh.
www.
Somebody's frustrated.
Dot. I
Oh.
don't get frustrated. Listen, I get frustrated with them, not with
Come on,
us.
Kevin.
This is
Oh.
all good times. This is
Come
all
on,
Nah,
good.
they got that.
Come on, Kevin.
Oh.
Listen, I got two phones.
Nigga,
Listen,
Nigga, this is... Holy
Spiraling
shit.
right now.
listen. We're not at all. I'm just trying to. Listen.
That mean we
Like,
done?
nigga, this
No.
is versus right now. This is
You
like...
gonna answer my question here or no?
I'm gonna answer it. All right. So
Okay,
anyway,
okay.
the work I've been doing has been with a majority of it has been with Gooder, and
All right,
I
this
don't like
petty
this
now.
God,
Why
He
is it
can't
so
say the
funny?
name. He
Why
can't say
is
the
it so
name.
I
funny?
thought we were
I'm
past
listening.
He can't say the name.
GOODR. CO. Multi-million-dollar company. While you over there laughing?
I'm sorry. I can't fucking laugh, nigga.
Nah,
Nigga,
not right
it's
now.
stressful out here, nigga.
Nah.
I need something to laugh at,
Nah,
nigga.
now don't laugh at us because we supporting us.
Oh,
God damn it.
shit.
You understand what
I'm
I'm
not
saying?
laughing at y'all. I'm laughing at the name.
Nah, you laughing at us.
that
brother.
nigga hit you with the
Okay.
Chuck D. Here
Listen,
it is.
listen,
Well,
listen.
Let me put these motherfuckers down.
Yeah, please, because you ain't doing them justice right now. Them bifocals are only being bifocal.
Oh,
There's only
shit.
one vision coming out of them.
Oh,
Sir?
yo, that
Gerald, can I
nigga
talk
Chuck
for a minute?
D'd you, bro.
Yo, listen.
All right, so
Yes.
All right, stop playing.
It's
Stop playing.
getting kind of heavy.
Listen, I miss y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I did.
Yo.
I really think that's what's going on.
I love.
That's really what's
Because
going
people
on.
like, yo, they serious? Like, no, we just joking. We just
Oh,
joking.
man. Yo.
I love it. I love
Yo,
y'all.
hold up, quick for real.
Wait, no, baby, I didn't answer the question. Goddammit. This is serious.
Baby sleep like a mom.
I have one question.
Wake the baby up.
He
Don't
not
do that.
he
Don't
not
guilt
wake
me.
him up.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
He's so cute.
Listen, the hair coming in, the
I know,
curls.
he's
Come
so
on, man.
cute.
Come on. Every time I look at that video of you at 3 in the morning complaining, I'm like, nigga, shut up, man. He
Okay.
chilling, man. Young King chilling. You enjoying every minute of that.
Thank you.
Thank you. I was like, yo, get out of here, man.
Cam is
Don't have
gangster.
sex during the quarantine. Man, shut up, man. You having the time of your life.
Don't do it. Okay. All right.
Am I?
Okay.
Am I wrong?
Okay.
Am I wrong?
Okay, you think this shit is not for the weak-hearted, bro?
No.
Having a fucking family, that they never tell you that shit, yo.
Who is they?
What time out? Let's take a break, man.
We gonna come back to the good side.
This is a gooder story. Listen, like in every fucking Family Matters and fucking every fucking.
Let's see where this goes.
Every goddamn black show, they always show you some good shit. Like,
why you say Fresh Prince?
I'm just saying in general.
James Avery, rest in peace.
I'm just saying. You said Family
Rest in
Matters.
peace, Uncle Phil.
Fresh Prince
For
in
real.
the house.
Make your point, because you right now you scattered.
for
I'm
no
trying to see
In the house.
He was telling the point.
Okay. Go ahead.
It's just,
Come on, James.
It feels so easy on TV. Oh, Black Family. You do what the fuck I say, kid. Because I'm telling you that shit. And all these little motherfucking Negroes. I got you.
Are you complaining about?
Shut up.
You complaining?
This nigga said, I got you talking about that nigga. I'm having the time of my motherfucking life. Yo, my nigga, I tell this nigga, bro, Monday. Every fucking wait a minute. Every fucking Monday, the trash goes out, nigga. Get the trash out.
Oh, you talking about an older kid?
Yes.
I'm about to say, can you let
Right,
the baby
Cam
alone?
is not one. Okay.
What age we talking about? What age we talking about? How old?
15.
Oh, he's 15.
Oh,
Okay.
15.
Right? Hold on.
So,
Listen, this is what I live
I'm about
with
to
every
question
day because
your-
this nigga's like, oh,
your
you're having
language
the
skills.
time of the life. You're having the time of your. I tell this nigga, bro, the trash Monday. How do you manage to miss the trash Monday?
how much did
I'm
he miss
not
it by?
having
Did he take it out there on Wednesday? Did he try to get it on Tuesday?
My
Like,
nigga.
how much?
How you hear the niggas outside, nigga, and can't get to
What
the
time are they
court?
coming though?
Bro, 9.
8. Oh, okay.
He's 9 in the morning, right? So
Yes,
how old is he?
bro. 15.
So he's 50. What were you doing at 15 years old?
Bro, I was taking
Waking
the
up
fucking
at
trash
noon.
out, nigga.
That ain't what I was doing at 15.
Shit.
ain't no blurred screens right now. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just telling you, bro. Quit telling me I'm having the time of my fucking life. I want to beat the shit out these kids, nigga. That's what the fuck I'm saying. Now we can go back to some real shit.
I want to hear his input though.
Man.
I really would. Like next
No.
episode, can we?
No.
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 Fuck no.
He's so cool.
Fuck no.
Listen, that's a problem. He too cool. They don't take him serious. It's like
Who don't take him seriously?
him?
Who?
We
not complaining with me
have
about
to
these fucking
talk
kids,
to
bro.
the younger
Listen.
generation so that we can steer them in the right direction.
So the thing about it is,
I'm
man,
finna steer his
when your
ass in the
dad
right
is a
direction,
Mr.
bro.
King Jazzy fan and Joe Levert, it's just kind of hard.
It's written all over your face.
Come on, listen.
This
And
is
the
You
You
don't
have
have to say.
Y'all ain't saying all that. This is
You know what I'm
now
saying?
we right.
Nah, who,
Now we right. Can we get back to the baby though? Can we get back to what the baby's doing?
bro.
Out here killing.
Bro.
Like just take it on JC Penney
Bro,
and just be
okay,
like,
man.
yo,
Okay,
just get
man.
the money.
Jesse,
Come
are they even still around?
Bro, I don't even want to talk to you about this baby, these kids, man.
Listen,
Fuck these kids.
He just be
this baby
chilling,
and
like
shit.
I'm just happy to be here.
Oh,
That's his look on his face. When I saw him earlier, there was his look on his face, like I'm
He's
just
just
happy.
happy.
To be here.
man, can we
He's
get
real
back to the
happy.
struggle, bro?
Oh, now you want to hear
The
about
struggle?
this?
What
This is your
part-
struggle,
what
according to you.
part of the struggle? It's so many parts
This
of the
feel like the
struggle. What
cookout
part?
too, nigga. But it feel like the cookout I
Hey,
signed
man.
up for.
Listen,
But
I'm
this is
jealous.
what I was telling
I'm
you,
jealous,
bro.
brother. That's what I'm saying.
This
I'm
shit
jealous.
don't. This shit.
I want to
do
have
not-
another one. That's
This
all I'm
shit do
saying.
not
That's all
go
I'm saying.
like niggas.
I
do.
know.
I just wish the kids had an epiphany, like some of the kids on
When
the
did you
fucking show,
epiphanize?
bro.
When did you epiphanize your life? When did it happen?
Hold on.
You know
Hold on.
what?
Am I right?
Wait a minute. The kids on fucking Family Matters always had an epiphany to go, Dad works really hard. We need to be.
All
we need to
right.
be
When did that happen?
Hell no.
What episode was that?
Bro, it happened all the time. At the end of the fucking show, that's how they ended the bitch.
The last
All
30
time,
seconds,
bro.
right?
Fucking, you know how many epiphanies Eddie had?
So you still in you're saying you still in
Bro.
your first 29 minutes. You ain't at your last 30 seconds yet.
Bro, I'm gonna need
He
these
want the
niggas to
kids
wrap
to
it
be
the fuck
on
up.
Family Matter, but they in
I'm
The
just saying.
Wire.
Nigga, do it look like we live in The Wire?
No, not you.
These
but
niggas
that's
is not
just
on the 210.
everybody reality.
Fuck is
Is
wrong with
what
these
I'm
niggas?
saying.
Hey man, I saw a lot of
Like,
old white
it
ladies
may be
waving at me. when we
Family
came over
Matters
here.
over
Facts.
here, but
I felt
everybody reality
awkward.
is not
She
there.
drove behind the minivan and she was like,
Facts.
and I was like, but so
Don't get me
your
fucking
neighbors
started.
next door are cops or they just
I don't
regular?
know who the fuck
Oh,
they are.
Lord.
nigga.
I'm just asking.
I ain't met none of
Because
these
the way she
niggas.
looked at me, she looked at me. And I was just like, yeah, I
Nigga,
trust
you been
I
coming over
never
here for
saw
a long
that
time and
nigga.
she been seeing you.
Listen.
And you been bald.
Listen.
And then you come back today and you got hair, nigga. I would have looked at you too.
Oh.
Okay? Shit.
I'm loving it. So,
I'm
I never
jealous.
saw the neighbors. So
Anyway.
I don't
What'd you do? What you put in that motherfucker?
what are you talking about, son?
In the hair, nigga.
Natural
Be real.
juices and berries.
That ain't
That's-
berries
that's-
and juices, nigga. That ain't berries.
No.
My blueberry juice.
Your hand is mad warm, nigga.
That's
your shit
okay
up be
though,
warm,
but let
nigga.
me just go ahead and let y'all know about something. This is called Shebe.
Shebe?
Shebe. CHEBE. And it comes straight from Sudan. Okay? And that's what you put in
Where?
Sudan. From the Sudanese women.
Is that where
And
the
you
people are from?
put that in your hair,
Yeah, and what you do then?
and it's a protective style.
Talk that shit. What
And
do
it
you
gets
do?
hard, and guess what?
What's
Your
it do? Wait,
hairline
what is it?
grows in.
But does it now?
It grows in. It's shiny. It's strong.
Spell that again
Does
for me.
not shed.
Spell it again for me.
CHEBE.
What's it called?
Shebe.
And where's it from?
Sudan.
Can I get some?
Yes.
My nigga, you want all the hairline, nigga?
I want all
You,
this.
I can't have none?
I'm trying to get up here, son, with it.
Uh,
Like,
listen.
in my nostrils. You know what I'm saying? Without the Beijing.
Listen.
I'm finna go get me some hair, nigga. My wife told me no, but my body said yeah.
On that note,
Wow.
direct. Come on, Cabinet.
Wow.
What's happening now?
Jay got the next one. Jay got pivot.
This.
I mean, he's so lit. We should
Why
have
does
just
he
cut
always-
and just went to the next show, right?
yeah,
Because everybody's talking.
We could have.
But what?
I mean,
But what?
just walk the fuck off set.
Hate these
Can't
niggas.
close the show without the nigga.
I mean,
All
hate
right.
these niggas, bro.
Like, guys, y'all, and for nuts, I am Jay Fleming, and we don't do it like that. Just wait for this nigga to get back.
Why did yours say classroom?
Oh, because we stole it, nigga.
Hey man, I didn't steal anything. Let's go ahead and clear that shit up.
Sure, nigga, we got it from Wendy's right there on Breakhead.
All right.
On Hell and Dandelion, nigga. We...
I think I'm the most impressed with that right there, though. Like the whole gate gourmet. I low key want that.
Oh, I
So
got
for
two of
our
those,
listeners right now, she
That is
is
cute.
admiring the decor
Oh
in
yeah.
our current surroundings.
though. This nigga said The Wire. Can you believe that?
Hey.
Insult my
No, I
heartbroken
was
ass.
not
I don't know what the
saying
fuck y'all
that.
talking about.
He talking DJ Blothead. Not head. I'm sorry.
Dude, you bugging right now.
No. Nigga, I knew hairline that switched up.
Yo,
nigga.
that's the area.
Why do I feel like he in the mirror like Issa right now? That's what I think. So. Like he rapping like DJ Knots, I'm a boss nigga.
Boss nigga, I get knots, nigga. I make money, nigga. Five niggas out there making fun of me, nigga.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And then he go come out here like
They go, whoa, and then
He be in the
we
mirror.
wanna keep on going.
Man, you know who you are? You know who you are? You're more than a teacher.
yeah.
You got some horror.
Yo, when he watches
He is
back
a
on line,
freak.
bro.
You got some horror.
What the fuck does that mean, nigga?
He is a freak.
We can't make fun of that nigga.
He's a socially conscious leader. Yeah, we rolling, man.
Come on in.
man.
You gotta come sign off.
Yeah, hour and 40 minutes in. That's
Yeah,
what
man.
I'm into. Shit. All right, my bad.
We about to go ahead and
My bad, mama.
sign off, man. Like, yo, thank y'all for taking this ride with us, man. Knots, tell the people how they can find you, man.
Find me on. I didn't even do nothing yet. So, like, let me get my greatness. You know what?
Y'all some hooligans, man. Y'all
I'm just
some hooligans,
I'm
man.
just out here shooting. That's all I'm doing. That's
Come on, Dots, man. Y'all niggas, man. Come on, Dots, bro.
Leslie.
Do
God
you
damn.
wanna ride?
All right. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and all the good stuff. At DJ Knots. Appreciate y'all checking in on Stop Playing. I'm trying to focus for a minute, and they still don't let me focus. But no, this was good to get back with family. It was good to really reconnect. Why is that funny, Arsenio? God damn, the dog pound is not in here. What in the? Anyway, so at DJ, at DJ KNOTTS. We're gonna be back, and hopefully we'll be better. We try to be better each and every time. But yeah, that's me at DJ Nas on Instagram and on Twitter, and on TikTok. It'd be like not applicable because I don't do that. Oh. No, yeah, you might be like, oh, you out here?
Okay, you on TikTok?
Check it out.
Hey.
No.
I was ready.
At DJ Nas, y'all, appreciate y'all. So much more to give, so much more to share, so much more to care for. Les is the number one care bear. All right.
Okay. That was a little bit cute.
Shia. How can people find you?
AKA What Up Dre. I really just like Instagram, and I'm just gonna keep it right there.
Hey. I meant to ask you about anyway. I'm keep it going, folks.
Nope.
Les.
It's your boy Elias. You could always say more, but why?
Right? This is how long I've been in this COVID shit, bro. Like in the house. I don't even play video games, bro. Like, have you ever seen me play video games? Never, nigga. I have never had an interest in video games.
But
nigga, I'm on NBA 2K20, right? My nigga, I'm on season 2027.
All right.
you play with LeBron's son?
Nigga, it's oh my gosh.
We just gonna ignore that?
Of course, cool. Nigga.
Can you stop it from? All right.
That's how long I've been in quarantine, my nigga.
Thank you.
Hey, man, but look, man. This shit has been exhausting, man. It's been exhausting. I'm just still less, nigga, till we get it together.
Okay.
All right.
Kind of somber.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Well,
appreciate you, though.
Yeah. Y'all can find me at J_Fluent on Instagram. And
who is you though? Talk to the people, man. Let them know who you are.
They know who I is. The man in the gun over there, bitch.
That's what I'm talking
about. Follow the page.
Number 1
at Let's Cook Podcast. Make sure that you listen to us on all the things that you stream your music on. Spreaker app, Spotify, SoundCloud,
iTunes,
YouTube, iTunes.
Talk about it.
You can holler at Alexa.
Pornhub.
You can holler at Siri.
Are we on Pornhub?
Pornhub
is a viable option.
On what?
Pornhub is a viable option.
We are not.
I'm just saying.
Platform.
Listen, if you had, all right, I'm
not on that platform. Thank y'all for letting us give you a little bit of a distraction. Y'all hold your heads out there. We're still chugging along.
Oh man, chugging.
I see what you did there, chugging and Pornhub. I see what you did.
Nigga, wait, what?
I'm sorry.
Leave it up to Knots. It's gonna
get
weird. It's gonna get weird.
He got bro. It's
gonna get weird.
Do you have an OnlyFans, Knots?
I hope not, bro. Like that should be.
Whoa.
More than DJ.
Oh, he is more than
DJ Nuts. OnlyFans.
I'm like Wu-Tang. I'm here for the baby session.
He loved the COVID DJ shit.
You say you
didn't have a PayPal. He had his OnlyFans up.
You said you like Wu-Tang?
Okay.
No, nigga, you said you like Wu-Tang, nigga. Wu-Tang for the babies. You better talk to me.
What are you talking about?
The Chambers.
We was rapping.
Yo, because if we about to go on and on, so we signing off. Everybody,
yeah,
we signing
out.
All right.